Hello everyone, this is Ray from the Druid and Dragon. Hope everyone is very well. Now it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I thought, well now, seize the moment and go ahead and do a 3-card, pick a card adventure. So, what we want to achieve today, as it were, is to see what sort of things we can focus on in the week ahead, what sort of wisdom or things to think about or take forward as we negotiate what the week does with us. So I'll be using these cards. They're from the Dragon Tarot by Peter Brukovnik and Terry Donaldson. They are my first and potentially my favourite tarot deck. They've been with me for a long time, and I consider them firm and fast friends that give good advice and sometimes quite incisive and savage advice, depending on the mood that they're in. But we'll see what sort of insight they have for us today. Now, before we start, I just want to say that this is just for fun. It's a general reading, so because of that, it may or may not resonate with what is going on with you at the moment. It's not going to be as precise or necessarily completely relevant as you would compare it to a personal, individual reading. But if it does resonate with you, then that's great. And if it doesn't, then, well, hopefully you find this interesting or entertaining or something to consider anyway as you go forward. It is just the nature of the beast, so it's just in the spirit of fun. Okay, so let's give it a go. So first of all, just ground yourself, take a moment to breathe in, breathe out, cast some gentle attention over the cards, and if you find that you are drawn to one, then pick that one, and then we'll go ahead and see what message they have for us. I'll try to put some timestamps in the description in case you just want to skip ahead to see what any particular card has to say. Or if you like, you can hang around and listen to the whole thing. It's entirely up to you. So, at first, the first card we have is the 4 of Coins. Now, as we can see depicted, there is a dragon which appears to be in some sort of state of unease, potentially distress, as he is in a small clearing amongst a woodland that seems to be rising, and it's dark and seems quite threatening, as if it's closing in. So it looks a bit unsettling. But as the 4 of Coins is a 4, you can consider a square or something like that. It is a card of stability. It's about grounding. It's about the establishment of forces. It's got a sort of foundational quality to it. So with this uncertainty that appears to be going on here, it gives the suggestion that you may need to consider what you're doing and ensure that you're on surer footing before you proceed with something that is going on in your life this week, or a project that you're considering going ahead, or just make sure that you're on sure footing before you proceed. There's a suggestion and an emphasis on preparation, doing your due diligence, making sure that you've done your research, you're prepared, you've got your resources together before you go ahead and proceed with what you're doing, because the image here is very much like, would you really go into a wild wood or a huge wilderness without preparing yourself before doing so? Because to do such a thing in such a sort of natural, fantastical image would invite peril and difficulty, which you could have avoided if you had done your preparations beforehand. So don't do anything unprepared. And this is purely because it would increase your confidence, it would increase your know-how. You would underpin yourself with a foundation from which you could spring forward with confidence and knowledge of what you're getting yourself into. It's a position of power that you have control over. There's also the slight shadow aspect of this security aspect. Of course, security is a valuable thing and something that we should strive to have. It's comforting, it gives us confidence, it is that foundation from which we can spring. But there is that sort of shadow aspect of doing too much to the point where it's as if you're holding on for dear life and grasping onto this security for fear of losing it. And if you get to that point, then the walls essentially come up around you and you feel overtaken with fear and stuff like that. So you don't want to, in your preparations, you don't want to go too far in being that you want to fall into the trap of trying to control everything that's going on, because you can't do that, unfortunately. We'd love to be able to control everything that goes along. So we want to nurture that fine balance between feeling secure and prepared, but also having that ability to adapt, pivot, change, address difficulties or challenges that come up that we may not expect, and deal with them joyfully in that way. So nurture that sort of fine balance, and it's all about confidence and giving yourself the confidence to move forward, and preparing yourself with the resources and the mindset to meet any challenges that come along the way. So if you pick this card, give that something to meditate on that. Lovely. So on the second card, the second card that we have is the Two of Coins. Oh, so we have a little coin theme going on at the moment. So as we can see in this card, we've got it feels like there's quite a joyful, radiant energy from this one. There's two dragons that could be friends, could be partners, could be strangers, I suppose. But there is a friendly sort of energy about them. They both have a coin each, and they appear to be in some sort of discussion. One is potentially handing over their coin to the other. It's in that sort of nebulous stage at the moment. So this is the card of I kind of see from this, like, there's agreement, there's cooperation, there's change. Maybe there's an exchange of services or time or knowledge. It's a sort of exchange on this way. Perhaps there may even be like a signing of contracts or agreements or something that gets set in stone, which propels you forward this week. There's a harmony, there's a teamwork aspect to it, which is rather nice. There's also coming from this the idea that you have a certain set of skills that you have nurtured over a period of time, or you've trained in a certain way. and you are entering into a line of work that may be the same thing as what you're doing currently, or it could be in some sort of different location. It could be a change of some description, which I suppose is kind of apropos with what is going on at the moment. Everyone has had to uh, adjust what we're doing with the pandemic and things like that. So um, it's using what you have available to you and your set of skills and adapting it in a way which keeps things ticking, keeps things going over. Um, and I suppose in that sense, this is the message of the card, is that it's presenting you with or reminding you and encouraging you that you have the capacity to adapt and apply what you've learned in your particular specialities in different sort of way. So how can you, I suppose, harness your repertoire of skills in a new way? It could potentially say something about taking advice from a friend or an ally. There's that sense of cooperation and things like that. If you're in a situation where you can't necessarily use your skills that you have trained for, um, it's saying that you can. I get the sense of like this infinity symbol that keeps this energy sort of revolving and going round. So even if you're in a position where you can't necessarily um, do the same thing that you can usually do, it's not it's not an excuse, or it's not telling you that you should completely abandon what you have done and retrain in something else. That's unhelpful and anger inducing and terrible. It's saying rather that you can keep things going on the back burner and keep engaging with those skills and keeping them just keeping them going and engaging with them, so that you are match fit and still prepared and not sort of old and dusty and um, in a state of like trying to bring yourself up out of some sort of mucky mire in order to engage with what you used to do before everything changed. So yeah, just think about how you can adapt your skills, work with other people who are maybe in a similar position, take advice from other people, and consider how you can use your skills to keep the ball rolling and make new contacts and things like that. It's a very fluid card as it tries to uh, sink this ideal of material reality into a new reality, sort of, yeah, on stilts. Like, how do we find this balance? And here, as we go for the final card, if you chose the third card, and we have a King of Coins. So we have an entire spread of coins. I guess this is all about sort of work and resources and skills and things like that. It seems to be the collective theme of this week. But for this card, the King of Coins, we have a king who he's front and center. He is surrounded by riches, gold, jewelry, things like that. Surrounded by, and I think from his expression, he appears to have this sort of wry enjoyment about it. He's accrued a great deal of wealth. He probably enjoys a great deal of success, and has attained some goals or rewards or things like that. So it's the implication with the coins and its association with work and reality is that he has worked for this reward. So he can, he's from that sense, he's got a sense of authority. There's wisdom and power about him. He may be a sort of a mentor, a father figure, a businessman potentially, someone who has a particular skill set and has managed to use it for good purpose and his own gain. So it's a lovely card because if you've chosen this, it may indicate that you have enjoyed some success. And this is an encouragement, as this King of Coins is something of a creature comforts kind of character, is that you are allowed to and should embrace a celebration. You should treat yourself to something, to give yourself a pat on the back. It's a really sort of warm and exciting card. It has that thread of if you have attained wealth or wisdom, or on a different platform which has given you this scope to grow and gain more things, it has this idea that, for example, if you have money and wealth, it's not the be-all and end-all. Money itself is inert. It's not the end product. It is a resource. So the idea, therefore, is what can you use this resource, this money for, in order to usher in further growth, further development, new adventures, new ideas, expansion of yourself and what you do and what brings you joy. This is the card of the someone who is at the top of his trade or top of his profession. So we don't want to. I'm a firm believer that you should always be learning or refining or adapting and just expanding on your own skills and your development and things like that. So with someone who is in this position and is able to expand, it's inviting you to think about, well, how can you expand? What more is out there for you to learn and enjoy, buoyed by your success that you've already attained? It might be interesting to consider like the mentor aspect that it has, or this idol aspect, or people that you admire. If there is something that you're looking to attain or to work towards, it's suggesting that there are other people that that you could research or look into and reflect upon, like who has trod this path before, and see what they learned, how they progressed, how they did this. Because if it's a well-trodden path, then it would be silly to ignore it. There's plenty of time for ingenuity and innovation for later on. But if you're going along with this idea that you can move forward and someone has shown you the path or has trodden that path before, then by all means go for it. It's a sort of, I suppose in this sense, therefore, that it's a seed card. You can plant a seed in fallow earth. It's watered, it's got nutrients and things like that, and now it just needs the warmth of the sun. It needs your input, as it were. See, the king has a sort of fiery aspect. It's kind of warm, and the coins are about earth as well, so it's energized earth. So if you provide some energy into your endeavors and keep working at it and keep moving forward, and everything will grow eventually with care and energy and growth, and just heeding advice and keeping it all going. It's all, the coins are always about like spinning and movement and stuff. I don't think that they're necessarily so weighty and earthy that they kind of get sunk. We want to steer ourselves away from that and keep everything moving. So provide some energy into what you're doing, and confer some more growth and success, and keep the ball rolling. It's a very positive card, and it shows reward for hard work and diligence. So embrace that, I would say. Marvelous. So I think that is we've come to a close with these readings here. I hope you found something useful in them. I hope it resonated or you enjoyed it. I might try to do a few more of these as we go along if people enjoyed them. If there's a particular like some sort of topic, I suppose, or general topic that people would like to just sort of see, or if we want to just continue with 3-card sort of adventure, pick a card type thing, then do let me know. And of course, if you want any individual readings with myself or Sandra, the Druid, then do send us a message. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, just look up Druid and the Dragon Tarot, and yeah, follow us, like us. We do upload regular things for cards and readings and things like that. So do come and join us. It's a bit of fun and a bit of guidance that we all like. So yes, thank you so much for your attention, and all the very best for your week ahead. And thank you for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.